So in the last class, we did the topic of seed and its dispersal. Let's move to the next topic in this chapter, seeds and seeds. So the next topic is insectivorous plants. So you must have heard the word herbivorous, carnivores, and omnivorous. So herbivorous are the living beings that eat, plants or plant-related products. Then are the carnivorous living beings that eat flesh of other animals. Then are the omnivorous, which eat both the plants and plant-related products and the flesh of other animals. Similarly, there is this word insectivorous plants, plants that eat insects or that hunt insects. So, as the definition says, the plants which trap and eat insects to get some nutrients. So, sometimes what happens, some plants they don't get enough nutrients from the soil which they need to grow. कभी समटाइम्स इट हैपेंस कि जिस सॉइल में अ प्लांट इज ग्रोन उनको उगाया गया है वहां से उनको ज्यादा न्यूट्रिएंट्स नहीं मिलते सो व्हाट डू दीज प्लांट्स दे ईट एंड दे ट्रैप इंसेक्ट्स and from their bodies they get nutrients which they require to grow. Sometimes they even eat mice and frogs. Sometimes they don't only eat the small insects, but they also eat insects or they also eat animals like mice and frogs. Mice is the plural form for mouse. Examples are pitcher plant or nepenthes, sundew, and Venus flytrap. So there's this thing, this article, this reading on your in your EVS books. It says plants which hunt. Hunt means killing of organisms. So there are some plants which trap and eat frogs, insects, and even mice. So there are these plants which trap, they catch and they eat frogs, insects, and mice. The pitcher plant or Nepenthes is one such plant. So pitcher plant, this is the pitcher plant. It is found in Australia, Indonesia, and Meghalaya in India. So these are the places in which this plant, pitcher plant, is found. It has a pitcher-like shape. So it has a shape like a pitcher. Pitcher is like a utensil, a vessel, which is used to store water. It's similar to jug. So because it's shaped like pitcher, its name is pitcher plant. So, and the mouth is covered by a leaf. As you can see in this picture, its mouth it's covered by a leaf. The plant has a special smell that attracts insects to it. So this plant, it has a special smell, and through that smell, it attracts insects to it. When the insect lands on the mouth, when the insect lands on the mouth of the plant, the leaf it closes and the insect gets trapped and cannot get out. What a clever way to hunt. So that's how these insectivorous plants they hunt and trap insects. And that's how the the these plants, these insectivorous plants, they kind of trap and eat up all the insects that land on them, and that's how they get nutrients. So that's why they are called insectivorous, because they hunt and they eat insects. Let's see what is next. So there is this activity on page number 46 of your books. So many seeds. How many types of seeds can you collect? Where will you find them? Each of you should try to collect as many different types of seeds as you can. After that, put all the seed collections together. Now observe these seeds carefully, their shapes, what are their shapes, and if they are equal in sizes. Some of them might be big, some of them might be very small. Then what all colors they are available in, and if the texture, if you feel that seed, is it very smooth or it's rough, or it has stripes on it, or it has dots on it. You can observe all these things. Make a seed chart to put up in the class. You can start with a table like this, so you can collect all those seeds and you can feed all the data done in this table. First, the name of the seed. For example, the first they have given it already. It says rajma. its color is it's reddish brown. Shape has already been drawn. And texture, if you feel the rajma, if you feel the seed of the rajma, you'll feel that it's very smooth, it's not rough. So similarly, all the seeds that you have collected, you have to make a table of it. First you have to write the name, then what color it is. You have to draw the shape, how does it look like. And if the texture, if you feel it, do you feel rough, कुछ एकदम rough सा है, or is the seed very smooth to touch? Is it soft? Next, you have to think, did you keep any seed soft? Soft is sometimes used as a mouth freshener. So in English, we call it aniseed. And cumin, cumin is the jeera in your list. Have so they are asking you if you have kept in the seed collection. Have you kept any seed and cumin? Which was the smallest seed and which was the biggest seed in your collection? So they are asking about the size. By size, which seed that you collected was the smallest and which one was the largest or the biggest? So you have to write its name. Next, it says make list of. So you have to make list of the seeds that are used as spices in your house. So in your home. So some seeds that are used as spices. Jeera also, it counts as a seed, and also it's kept in the spices box only. So yes, it is counted as a spice. You can write many other. For example, if you write the seeds of, say, a red chili or green chili, they are also used as spices. Next, it says seeds of vegetables. What are the seeds of vegetables? You'll find peas, and then ladyfinger, and then you'll find the seeds of tomato. So you can write all these. Then seeds of fruits, watermelon, then melon, oranges, apple, mango. Light seeds, check by blowing them. Light, which are light in weight. So they're talking about which are light in weight, which can be blown away by you or by air. So they're asking, you have to blow away, मतलब उस पे फूंक मारनी है, and you have to see if they can fly or they are easily blown. Then they are light in weight, they are light seeds. Seeds which are flat, which are not round, which are flat. So you can keep them. If they don't roll, they are flat. Make more groups. How many groups of seats did you make? So two groups there. These groups they have already told you. So when you have collected the seats, you have to make groups. One group would be the which used as spices. Second would be which are the seeds of vegetables. Third would be the seeds of fruits. Fourth would be the seeds that are light in weight. And fifth group which will be the seeds that are flat. You can write the seeds that are round or that have a smooth texture or that have rough texture. So similarly, you can make these groups. Do you know any games that you can play with seeds? So they are asking you if you know any games that you can play with the seeds, so you can discuss it among yourselves. Next, if you turn to page number 49, it says look at the pictures given below and guess how the seeds travel and reach different places. So we have already done the topic of dispersal of seeds in the previous class. If you haven't seen the video, you can just check the video. It explains how the seeds are scattered to different places. So if in the first picture we see the squirrel, it's carrying the seed from one place to another. Second, the parrot, it's taking the seed in from its mouth and it's flying to some other place. So this is dispersal by animals, right? We had four ways of dispersal of seeds, which were by wind, by water, by humans and animals, or by explosion or bursting of pods. So this is dispersal by animals, right? And animals can have the flying animals, or if you can say the birds and animals, insects, everybody is included in animals. Next, if you see, there's this coconut tree, and the coconut, it's traveling, it's scattering, it's going to different place by water. So it's dispersal by water. Next, it says some plants spread their seeds over long distances. When the soybean pods are ripe, when they ripen up, जब वो पक जाते हैं, सोयाबीन की जो that covering which have all the seeds of soybean, they burst and the seeds are thrown out. So similarly, like ladyfinger or peas or beans, soybean seeds, they are also scattered or they are also dispersed by bursting of pods. So they're asking, have you ever heard this sound? So if you have heard its sound, you can write yes, or either you can write no. Next, it says, think what would have happened if seeds did not spread and remained at one place only. So they're asking, what would have happened अगर seeds जो भी होती है किसी भी plant की वो spread ना हो, disperse ना हो, scatter ना हो, लेकिन एक ही जगह पे रहे. So what would happen? Here's the answer to it. They would fall under its parent tree. तो जो भी seeds होंगी, अगर उसको कोई scatter नहीं कर रहा है, wind is not taking it away, or it's not being scattered or spread by the water, और कोई animal human beings उसे नहीं they're not taking it to different place, or they're not bursting open या explode नहीं हो रहे हैं, तो क्या होगा, जो सारी seeds होंगी वो parent tree, the seeds the plant to which it belong, जो पेरेंट ट्री जिसकी सीड्स हैं तो उसी के नीचे गिरेंगे सारी सीड्स. सो इट would not get enough sunlight, water and air, so the plant will not grow properly and they might die. तो जितनी भी सीड्स होंगी वो वही पेरेंट ट्री के नीचे गिरेंगी, पेरेंट प्लांट के नीचे गिरेंगी, और जब क्योंकि वो सारी ही एक जगह पे गिरी हैं, दे वुडंट गेट इनफ सनलाइट, उनको अच्छे से सनलाइट नहीं मिलेगी. if they're all scattered at the same place, एक ही जगह पे वो गिरी हुई हैं, तो if they fall at the same place, तो उनको अच्छे से सनलाइट नहीं मिलेगी, एयर नहीं मिलेगी, वाटर नहीं मिलेगा उनको, तो जो प्लांट है वो अच्छे से ग्रो नहीं कर पाएगा. Remember we talked about that all the plants, they need right amount of air, water, sunlight and nutrients to grow. अब उनको right amount तो मिलेगा नहीं, क्योंकि sun they are all at the same place, तो सबको equal और right amount नहीं मिलेगा, किसी को कोई चीज ज्यादा मिलेगी, किसी को कोई चीज कम मिलेगी. So what would happen, ultimately the plant will die, क्योंकि उसको right amount of all the things needed to grow or to live are not getting. So all the seeds, they would fall under its parent tree and they would not get enough sunlight, water and air, or say nutrients, and the plant will not grow properly and they will ultimately die. So that would happen if the seeds are not dispersed or scattered. Make a list of the different ways by which seeds are spread. So we all know that some seeds, they are spread by water, some by wind, some by animal, birds, humans, or some by exploding or bursting of pods. Let's see who came from where. So who came from where? We are talking about seeds. Have you included human beings also in your list? Yes, we have included. Yes, we also carry seeds from one place to another, knowingly or unknowingly. कभी कभार हम जान के करते हैं. For example, if we are planting a tree or we are growing some plants or trees or crops, तो हम वो seeds जानबूझ के हम कहीं से लेकर आएंगे जानते हुए, knowingly, when we know about it, and unknowingly when they stick to our clothes or our shoes, then it's unknowingly, we don't know about it but we are carrying it. Knowingly, when we know about that, we are taking seeds from one place to another, and unknowingly means we don't know about it but we are carrying it, if they stick to our clothes or shoes or hair or anything else. So we bring the seeds of plants that we find beautiful or useful to grow them in our gardens. That what I've talked about right now. We जो plants हमें अच्छे लगते हैं, beautiful लगते हैं या useful लगते हैं, उनको अपने garden में और in our fields we bring them and we grow them. Later the seeds of these plants spread to other places, or जब वो प्लांट्स उग जाते हैं, जो जो उनके सीड्स होते हैं, दे स्प्रेड और स्कैटर टू डिफरेंट प्लेसेस. Many years later, people may not even remember that these plants did not grow here earlier. और बहुत टाइम के बाद, कुछ ईयर्स के बाद ऐसा होगा कि अ, लोगों को याद भी नहीं रहेगा कि ये प्लांट पहले यहाँ पे उगता नहीं था. वी ब्रॉट दी सीड्स एंड दैट्स हाउ इट बिगैन टू ग्रो ओवर हियर. They were brought from somewhere else. Do you know from where chilies came to our country? These were brought to India by traders coming from South America. So chilies, they are not, they were not originally grown in India. मतलब इंडिया में from the starting it didn't grow here. South America से when people they came in India, they brought these chilies. They brought the seeds of the chilies, and that's how chili started to grow in India also. Today we cannot think of food without chilies. We need chilies to make our food spicy. उसके बिना तो, if we think about any chilies, green, red or black, हमें चिलीज चाहिए होती है अगर हमें स्पाइसी बनाना है फूड को. So think if these traders, if these people from South America haven't brought chilies from there to India, we wouldn't have had any spicy foods. हमारे पास कुछ स्पाइस डालने के लिए होता ही नहीं अगर चिलीज तब साउथ अमेरिका से नहीं आती तो. So it says there is this poem in your book. Read this poem to know which plant came from where. So in this whole poem, you will find out what all things came from which places. From South America long ago came a tomato, a potato, and a green chili. So from South America, not only chilies but also tomato and potato also came. From South America, we got tomato, potato, and green chilies. So imagine all our vegetables, all our food, it's made with tomatoes and potatoes in it. Imagine all the if we didn't have tomato and potato, half of our vegetables or food wouldn't have been made tastier. और we wouldn't imagine, हम imagine भी नहीं कर सकते कि अगर कोई चीज़ हमें बहुत अच्छी लगती है and its main ingredient is say tomato or potato, और अगर वो टमेटो पटेटो नहीं होगा, टमाटर या फिर आलू नहीं होगा, तो वो फूड कैसा लगेगा, उसका टेस्ट कैसा होगा. सो वी गॉट टमेटो पटेटो एंड ग्रीन चिलीज फ्रॉम साउथ अमेरिका. देन अ कैबेज केम फ्रॉम यूरोप. सो यूरोप से क्या है, कैबेज. And also a pea. So जो मटर और cabbage is the gobi which we eat. It comes from Europe. From Africa came a coffee bean and a green bhindi. So bhindi, lady finger or the okra, and coffee bean, coffee का जो दाना होता है, coffee की जो seed होती है, that came from Africa. So from Africa came coffee bean and lady finger. From Europe came peas and cabbage. They cross the land, they cross the sea. So we have the land and the sea between these places. So all these seeds, they cross the sea and the land. Sometimes they must have traveled by say by water, or people who came to India and they brought these things to India, and then they grew all these things in India, and that's how we were able to eat, or we are able to use them in our foods in our daily life. So did you know this? A mango sang, come in, come in. An orange smiled inside its skin. Welcome to India, a banana said. The methi and the spinach, brinjal and the radish nodded its heads. So all these things, they are from India. What are from India? A mango, orange, then a banana, methi, which is the fenugreek, spinach, brinjal, radish. So all these things, they are originally from India. ये सारी इंडिया की ही है सारी चीजें. What? Mango, orange, banana, methi is the fenugreek, spinach, brinjal, and radish. All these things, they are originally from India. We have, if people are using these things outside India, we have given them, or the Indians, they went to other places and they took the seeds of these things there, and that's how they must have grown them. So did you know this? So they're asking if you know that all these things come from all these different places, and we use them like it's grown over here only. मतलब ऐसा होता है कि we grow green chilies and we grow all these coffee beans and ladyfinger, and हमें ऐसा लगता है कि हमेशा से they are grown from India. But after reading this poem, you must have known these facts, that some of these things they are from outside, and people came and they brought these seeds with them. So next it says, page number 50, what all was grown in India long ago were mangoes and bananas grown here. What came from other countries? Imagine food without potatoes or tomatoes. So spinach, radish, mango, orange, banana, etc. They were grown in India long ago, as we have seen in the poem also. Next question says, were mangoes and bananas grown here? Yes, the mangoes and bananas were grown here in India. Next, it says, what came from other countries? From other countries, we got items like tomato, potato, coffee bean, cabbage, peas, ladyfinger. Then imagine food. So, without potatoes and tomatoes. So, it would be difficult to cook food without potatoes and tomatoes, as we have already discussed. Next, it says what we have learned. Reena has drawn this picture of the seed sprouted. This picture, you can easily see this in your books. So Reena has drawn this picture of the seed sprouted by her. What do you think the seeds need for sprouting? So this is the first question. What do you think? So every seed needs right amount of water and air for sprouting. So for sprouting also, for developing into a new plant, they need water and air, right amount of. Write in your own words, how would Reena seeds look if they did not get the things needed? Show by drawing a picture. So remember, we did an activity in which we had to take three bowls and put 5-6 grams or chana in each bowl with different requirements. First bowl, it had no, no, we had put the gram or the chana in the water. In the second, we put wet cotton with that chana, and in the third one we simply put the gram in the bowl. So this question is based on that only, because we need water and air for sprouting. If there is no water for the seed, as it was in the bowl 3, what happened? Nothing happened to it, so the seed remains the same. So if there is no water, the seed would remain the same, it wouldn't sprout, as it was in the bowl 3 when we didn't put anything else in the bowl apart from the gram or the gram or the chana in it. Next it says, if there is no air, जब एयर नहीं थी, so बोल 1 में जब हमने ग्राम या चने को हमने वी पुट देम इनटू वाटर, तो उसको एयर नहीं मिल रही थी. So what happened? Then the seed doesn't sprout and would not grow, but it would just swell up. तो जब हमने ग्राम्स को फर्स्ट बोल में डाला था और उसमें से वाटर था, हमें एयर ग्राम्स को एयर नहीं मिल रही थी, तो वो स्वेल अप हो गए थे, स्प्राउट नहीं हुए थे. It sprouted only in the bowl too, because it had the chana or the gram with wet cotton in it. So because it was wet, it was getting water, and because it was placed or put up in the air, तो उसको air भी मिल रही थी, तो उसको water भी मिल रहा था, air भी मिल रहा है. That's how it got sprouted. Only the chana or the gram in the bowl too, they were sprouted. Only they were sprouted because they got the right amount of water and air which was needed for sprouting. So that is it for this chapter, seeds and seeds. So we learned about what different types of seeds are there, what are the seeds and its parts. Then we learned about how the seeds are spreaded or scattered to different places. They are dispersed by water, they are dispersed by wind, then they are dispersed by animals or human beings, or some they just explode, or their pods they burst open, and that's how the seeds are scattered. Then we learned about the insectivorous plants that eat and traps insects. Then the next part we learned that these seeds, they are not, originally, not all seeds are originally from India. Some are brought by people which come to India from different parts of the world. So that's how the seeds, they are scattered, and they are used by different people in different parts of the world.